You've been told that once you're grown, your height is set for life. But that's not the full story. Your bones can change, even as an adult. Don't believe me? Let's start with a real-world example. Take arm wrestling legend Devin Larratt. If you look closely, one of his arms is longer than the other. Guess which one? The arm he trains with. That's not just coincidence. Now, think about the Maasai tribe from Kenya. They're among the tallest people on Earth, averaging around 6'3". You might recognize them from their traditional jumping rituals, leaping straight up to incredible heights. So what do Devin Larratt's longer arm and the Maasai's impressive height have in common? They're both examples of a principle called Wolff's Law. Back in 1892, German surgeon Julius Wolff discovered something interesting. A healthy bone will adapt to the loads placed upon it. In other words, if you regularly challenge your bones, they'll reshape and strengthen themselves to handle that stress. This is why bodybuilders tend to have thicker, denser bones. Years of lifting forces their skeleton to adapt. Now, growth from mechanical stress can happen in two ways. Hormonal stress, triggering hormones that affect growth. Mechanical stress, physical forces that reshape bone. Today, we're focusing entirely on mechanical stress and how it can be used to increase your height.
Devin's arm length difference came from repeated training on one side. So how do we apply that same principle to our legs? Through something called microfractures. When you give your bones the right kind of stimulus, they can grow longer as they adapt. This is where cycling comes into play. Look at the Netherlands, one of the tallest countries in the world, where cycling is a way of life. When you pedal with your legs stretched out, your bones receive a signal to remodel in a way that makes pedaling easier, often by lengthening the leg bones. It's similar to why giraffes have such long necks and legs. They repeatedly reach for high leaves, and over generations, their bones adapt to that demand. So how do you cycle for height? Here's the method. Raise your bike seat so that at the bottom of each pedal stroke, your legs are fully extended, not bent. Ride daily with this setup. After a week, increase the seat height by about 1/4 inch. Keep making small increases so your bones constantly have a reason to grow. There's research showing that increasing saddle height over time leads to greater extension at the hip, knee, and ankle joints. It also stretches the muscles, and if a muscle stays stretched for long enough, it adapts by becoming longer, a process called adaptive remodeling. Cycling regularly like this can lengthen both the femur and the shin bones. Now, let's talk about the most powerful method, microfractures. When bones get tiny fractures from repeated impact, they heal back stronger and sometimes longer. This is why the Maasai are so tall. Their constant vertical jumping causes microfractures in the shins, which then heal with extra length. But here's the trick. If you just create microfractures and then stand up right after, gravity pushes down on the bone, causing it to grow wider instead of longer. The solution is to combine microfractures with stretching. 1. Do Maasai-style vertical jumps for about 15 minutes with breaks just before bed. 2. Right after jumping, put on ankle weights, lie on your bed, and let your legs hang over the edge so the weights pull them down gently. Stay like this for about an hour, then go straight to sleep. This way, the bones aren't compressed while they heal. If you do this alongside cycling, you could gain 3 to 4 inches in height even with closed growth plates. You can boost results further with other activities. Sprinting 3 to 4 times per week, do 5 sets of 20-second sprints, accelerating at the end. This spikes growth hormone, testosterone, and IGF-1. Lifting weights, deadlifts and squats boost hormones and improve posture. Sunlight, vital for vitamin D production, which supports bone growth and health. For nutrition, stick to clean sources. Avoid polyunsaturated seed oils. Use coconut oil, grass-fed butter, olive oil, or tallow. Eat plenty of red meat and raw dairy. Add boron 6 mg daily for a month, then 3 mg daily afterward. Boron boosts free testosterone and DHT, improves calcium and magnesium absorption, and supports bone lengthening. Stay lean. More body fat means more aromatase activity, which turns testosterone into estrogen. High estrogen can close growth plates and lower testosterone, both bad for height potential. Now, what about the upper body? We can't load the spine in the same way we do the legs, but we can help it through hormones and posture. Look at astronauts. They often come back from space 2 to 3 inches taller due to zero gravity decompressing their spine. You can mimic some of that by fixing posture, doing decompression stretches, and strengthening your core so your spine stays lengthened. Finally, recovery. For this to work, you need quality sleep. Growth happens during rest. Consistent, clean eating. Hormone balance.
Put all of this together: cycling with progressive seat height, microfracture training with stretching, supportive nutrition, hormone optimization, posture work, and recovery. And you can increase your height, even as an adult.